I'm so happy you are here today. In this episode, we will talk about something very important for everyone, not only for English learners, but for anyone who wants to grow and improve in life. Today, our topic is, I am always a student, a mindset of lifelong learning and adaptability. Yes, we are going to explore what it really means to keep learning every day, how to adapt to changes, and why this mindset can make your life better, including your English learning journey. You might ask, what does it mean to say, I am always a student? Well, it doesn't mean you go back to school every day or sit in a classroom all the time. Instead, it means you have a curious mind. You are open to learning new things, trying new ideas, and improving yourself, no matter how old you are or what stage of life you are in. A student asks questions, listens carefully, practices, and learns from mistakes. When you carry this attitude in your life, every experience, every conversation, and even every mistake becomes an opportunity to learn. Now, you may wonder why this is important in today's world. The truth is, the world is changing faster than ever. Technology grows, new jobs appear, and our daily lives are constantly evolving. If we stop learning, we may feel left behind. But if we stay curious and willing to learn, we can adapt to any situation, solve problems, and feel confident in facing the future. Lifelong learning is not just about school or work. It is about life. It helps us grow as a person, make better decisions, and open new doors for opportunities. For English learners, this mindset is even more valuable. Learning a language is a journey. You will face challenges, make mistakes, and sometimes feel frustrated. But if you think like a lifelong learner, every mistake becomes a lesson. Every practice session counts, and every conversation is a chance to improve. By staying curious, trying new words, and listening carefully, you can slowly but surely reach your English goals. Before we dive deeper, I want to ask you a question. Think about the last time you learned something new, maybe yesterday or last week. Did you enjoy it, or did you feel it was too hard? Today, I want to show you that learning can be simple, exciting, and part of your daily life. By the end of this episode, I hope you feel inspired to always be a student, ready to learn, grow, and adapt. So, let's start this journey together. Keep your ears open, your mind curious, and your heart ready to learn. Code Your English is the space where learning English and learning life go hand in hand. What does I am always a student mean? When we say, I am always a student, it might sound simple, but it has a very deep meaning. At first, we think of a student as someone who goes to school, studies books, and listens to teachers. But being a student is not only about classrooms, exams, or homework. Being a student is a mindset, a way of thinking. It is about being curious, open, and willing to learn new things every day. When we say we are always a student, it means we never stop learning, no matter our age or experience. There is a big difference between being a student in school and being a student of life. In school, learning has a structure. We have teachers, textbooks, and exams. We learn specific subjects like math, science, or history, and our learning has a clear beginning and end. But in life, learning is different. Life does not have a fixed plan. Life teaches us through experiences, challenges, mistakes, and even through the people we meet. Being a student of life means paying attention to everything around us asking questions, and learning from every situation. It is not about grades or certificates. It is about growing as a person and understanding the world better. We all keep learning even after school, often without realizing it. For example, when you learn how to use a new phone or computer app, you are learning. When you cook a new recipe, fix something at home, or figure out how to solve a problem at work, you are learning. Even simple things like talking to someone from a different country or culture can teach you new ideas and skills. Every day is full of lessons, and those who have a mindset of lifelong learning notice them and use them to grow. Another important part of being a lifelong student is learning from mistakes. When we make mistakes, it is easy to feel sad or frustrated, but a student sees mistakes as a chance to learn. If something goes wrong, we ask ourselves, "What can I learn from this?" This simple question helps us improve and become stronger. Being a student of life is not about being perfect. It is about being open, curious, and willing to try again and again. Even famous people who achieved great success say they are always students. They read books, meet new people, try new experiences, and never stop learning. They know that life is always changing, and to keep up, they must continue to learn and adapt. And the good news is that anyone can do this. You do not need special skills, a lot of money, or extra time. You just need a curious mind and the willingness to learn something new every day. So, when you say, "I am always a student," remember that it is more than words. It is a promise to yourself, a promise to stay curious, open, and ready to learn. It is about looking at life as a classroom and every day as a chance to grow. Whether it is learning a new language, discovering a new skill, or understanding a new idea, being a student of life helps you become the best version of yourself. What does it mean to be a lifelong learner? When we talk about being a lifelong learner, we are talking about a very simple but powerful idea. Always being a student. It means that no matter how old you are, no matter how much experience you have, you are open to learning new things every day. Being a lifelong learner is not about going back to school or studying for exams. Instead, it is about having a curious mind, asking questions, exploring new ideas, and trying new things. It is a way of thinking that keeps your mind active, your skills growing, and your life exciting. Lifelong learning is simply learning that never ends. It is learning for your life, not just for school or work. When we learn for life, we enjoy discovering new things, understanding new ideas, and improving ourselves. It can be very simple. For example, learning a new language is a form of lifelong learning. You are practicing new words, listening to others, and improving your communication skills. Trying a new skill, like cooking, drawing, coding, or playing an instrument, is also learning. Even reading new things, like a story, an article, or a blog, is a way to expand your knowledge. The possibilities are endless because life itself is full of lessons. There are many benefits to being a lifelong learner. First, it keeps your mind active. When you learn something new, your brain works in different ways. It helps you think creatively, solve problems, and remember things better. Second, lifelong learning builds confidence. Every time you learn a new skill or understand something you didn't know before, you feel proud of yourself. This confidence can help you in many areas of life, from personal challenges to professional work. Third, lifelong learning helps in work and relationships. Learning new skills can help you succeed in your job or find new opportunities. Learning about people, cultures, or communication can help you build better relationships with friends, family, or co-workers. Learning is not just for school, it is for life. One important point is that learning does not stop after school. Many people believe that once they finish school or college, their learning is over. But this is not true. Life itself is a school, and every day is a classroom. You can learn from experiences, from conversations, from mistakes, and from successes. When you adopt the mindset of a lifelong learner, you begin to see that every situation, even a challenge or a problem, is an opportunity to grow. Let's think about some simple examples. Imagine you start learning English. Every new word you learn, every sentence you practice, and every conversation you have is part of lifelong learning. Or imagine you start cooking a new recipe. You read instructions, try different methods, and maybe make a mistake. But each step teaches you something new. Even small things like learning how to use a new phone app or understanding how a new machine works are examples of lifelong learning. The key is to stay curious and open. Now, I want you to take a moment and reflect. Ask yourself, what is something new I learned recently? It could be a small thing, like a new word in English or a new way to solve a problem. Think about how it made you feel. Did it make you happy, proud, or curious to learn more? Another question you can ask yourself is, what is one thing I want to learn this week? It could be anything, from learning a new song, a new recipe, or even practicing a new English sentence every day. These simple reflections help you become more aware of your learning and motivate you to keep going. Remember, lifelong learning is not about being perfect or knowing everything. It is about staying curious, being open to new experiences, and learning from life itself. It is about enjoying the journey, not just the result. Every day gives you new opportunities to learn, grow, and become better. So, keep asking questions, trying new things, reading, practicing, and reflecting. This mindset will not only help you in your English learning journey, but also in every part of your life. So, take a deep breath and remind yourself, I am always a student. Every new word, every new skill, every new experience is a lesson. And with this mindset, your mind stays active, your confidence grows, and your life becomes richer and more meaningful. Learning never stops, and the journey of a lifelong learner is one of the most exciting adventures you can have. Why lifelong learning is important. We live in a world that changes very fast. Every day, there are new technologies, new ideas, and new ways of doing things. What was common yesterday may be old or outdated today. Think about phones, computers, or social media. 10 years ago, many of the apps and websites we use today did not exist. Jobs also change. Some jobs disappear, and new jobs appear. Even the way people work and communicate has changed a lot. In such a fast-changing world, it is important to keep learning. Lifelong learning helps us stay up-to-date, flexible, and ready for new opportunities. Learning is not just about knowledge, it is about growth. When we learn new skills or ideas, we grow personally and professionally. Personally, Learning helps us understand ourselves and the world better. It teaches us new ways to solve problems, improve relationships, and take care of our health and mind. Professionally, learning is very important for our careers. Companies look for people who can adapt, solve problems, and learn new skills quickly. If we stop learning, it becomes harder to keep up with the changes around us. But if we continue to learn, we can improve our work, find new opportunities, and feel more confident in our abilities. One of the most important benefits of lifelong learning is adaptability. Adaptability means being able to adjust to changes in our life or environment. For example, imagine your company introduces a new computer system or software. If you know how to learn and are open to change, you can understand it quickly and use it successfully. But if you are afraid of learning or feel you already know enough, it may take longer to adjust, and you may feel stressed or left behind. Learning helps us stay flexible, open-minded, and ready for any challenge. This is why adaptability is so important today. The world is fast, and those who can adapt have more opportunities and more confidence. Learning also helps us stay confident. When we know new things, try new skills, and understand new ideas, we feel stronger and more prepared. Confidence grows when we face challenges and see that we can learn from them. For example, if you learn to use a new app on your phone, you feel capable. If you learn a new job skill, you feel proud. If you learn a new language or practice English, you feel confident when speaking with others. Each small achievement builds your confidence and makes you more willing to try new things in the future. Let's look at some relatable examples. Imagine you want to learn English online. Every new word you learn, every sentence you practice, and every conversation you have helps you grow. You are learning not only a language, but also new ways to communicate, understand people, and express yourself. Or imagine you start learning a new skill for work, like coding, designing, or writing reports. Learning these skills helps you do your job better and opens new opportunities for promotion or new jobs. Even learning simple things like using a new app for online shopping, banking, or transportation shows how learning helps you adapt to modern life. Another example is cultural change. People around the world are connected more than ever through the internet and social media. Learning about different cultures, ideas, or ways of thinking helps us understand others, work together better, and stay open-minded. This is another reason lifelong learning is so important. It not only improves our skills, but also helps us grow as people. Finally, lifelong learning is about staying curious and open to change. The world will always keep changing, and the faster we learn, the easier it is to adapt. Every day gives us chances to learn, grow, and improve. Learning helps us face challenges with confidence, solve problems creatively, and take opportunities that others may miss. The more we learn, the more flexible, strong, and confident we become. And the best part is, learning can be fun, simple, and part of daily life. So, remember, lifelong learning is not just a choice. It is a necessity today. It helps us grow personally, succeed professionally, and stay confident and adaptable in a world that is always changing. Every new skill, idea, or piece of knowledge we gain is a step toward a better, stronger, and more confident life. The power of adaptability. Adaptability is a simple but very important idea. In simple English, adaptability means being able to adjust to new situations, changes, or challenges in life. It is the ability to change the way you think or act when things around you are different from what you expected. Life is full of surprises, and sometimes things do not go as planned. Being adaptable helps us stay calm, positive, and ready to face these changes. Adaptability is an important life skill because the world is always changing. Jobs, technology, culture, and daily life are constantly evolving. If we are not adaptable, it is easy to feel stressed, worried, or left behind. But if we can adjust and learn new ways of doing things, we can turn challenges into opportunities. Adaptable people are often more successful, happy, and confident because they can handle change without fear. They can find solutions, learn new skills, and grow from every experience. Let's look at some examples. Imagine you change your job. The work, the rules, or the tools might be very different from what you are used to. If you are adaptable, you can learn the new tasks, meet new colleagues, and adjust to the new environment quickly. Another example is moving to a new country. Everything might feel strange: the language, the culture, the food, or the daily routine. Adaptable people take time to observe, learn, and try new things. They slowly feel comfortable and enjoy the experience instead of feeling stressed. Even learning English online is an example of adaptability. You need to adjust to new apps, new lessons, new teachers, or new ways of practicing. If you are adaptable, you enjoy learning and improve faster. The link between learning and adaptability is very strong. The more we learn, the more adaptable we become. Learning teaches us how to handle new information, solve problems, and understand different ideas. Every new skill or lesson we practice helps us face changes more confidently. For example, if you learn to use a computer, a smartphone, or an online learning platform, you can quickly adapt to new technology. If you practice English, you can communicate better in new situations or with new people. Learning makes us flexible, open-minded, and ready for anything life brings. Adaptability also helps us stay positive and reduce fear. When life changes, it is normal to feel nervous or unsure. But if we know that we can learn, try, and adjust, change feels less scary. We can see challenges as chances to grow and discover something new about ourselves. In this way, adaptability is not only about surviving change, it is about using change to become stronger, smarter, and more confident. In short, adaptability is a skill that everyone can develop. By staying curious, learning new things, and being open to change, we can handle any situation with confidence. Every new experience, challenge, or opportunity becomes a chance to grow. And the best part is, the more adaptable we are, the easier it is to keep learning, keep improving, and enjoy life, no matter how much it changes. How to build a lifelong learning mindset. Building a lifelong learning mindset is about training your mind to enjoy learning and growth every day. It is not something that happens overnight, but with simple, consistent actions, anyone can develop it. The first step is to be curious and ask questions. Curiosity is the engine of learning. When you are curious, you look at the world differently. You notice details, ask why or how, and try to understand things better. For example, if you see someone using a new phone app Instead of ignoring it, you can ask, "How does this work?" Or, "Can I try it too?" Small questions like these can open the door to learning new skills. Another important habit is to read or listen to something new every day. Learning does not always have to be from books. You can listen to a podcast, watch a short educational video, read an article, or even follow a blog in English. The key is to expose yourself to new ideas regularly. Even 5 or 10 minutes every day adds up. Over time, you will notice that your knowledge, vocabulary, and understanding of the world are growing. This daily habit is one of the easiest and most effective ways to build a lifelong learning mindset. We can also learn from people around us. Family, friends, teachers, co-workers, or even strangers can teach us something new. Listening carefully, asking questions, and observing how others solve problems or approach life can be very educational. For example, a co-worker may show you a faster way to do a task, or a friend may teach you a new word or phrase in English. Life is full of teachers, and every person you meet has a lesson to share if you are open to it. One of the most important lessons in lifelong learning is to learn from mistakes. Many people fear mistakes and try to avoid them. But mistakes are not failures. They are opportunities to learn. When you make a mistake, ask yourself, "What can I learn from this?" Or, "How can I do better next time?" This simple reflection turns mistakes into valuable lessons and helps you grow faster. Remember, even successful people make mistakes every day. What makes them successful is that they learn, adjust, and keep moving forward. Another key habit is to try new things without fear. Lifelong learners are not afraid to step out of their comfort zones. Trying something new can be as simple as learning a new recipe, joining an online English conversation group, or exploring a new hobby. At first, it may feel challenging or uncomfortable, but every time you try, you grow your skills, your confidence, and your curiosity. Life becomes more exciting when you are open to new experiences. It is also very helpful to spend time with people who inspire you. When you are around curious, motivated, and knowledgeable people, you naturally adopt their habits and mindset. They encourage you to ask questions, try new things, and keep learning. Inspiration from others can make learning feel fun and exciting, not like a task or obligation. Small daily actions are very important. Lifelong learning is not only about big achievements, it is about small steps every day. Even a few minutes of reading, practicing English, listening to a new idea, or reflecting on a mistake counts as learning. The key is consistency. Each small action adds up over time, helping you grow into a confident and adaptable lifelong learner. Finally, remember this: you do not have to know everything, and you do not have to be perfect. Lifelong learning is about being curious, open-minded, and willing to grow. Celebrate small achievements, enjoy new experiences, and see every day as a chance to learn something new. By adopting these habits, being curious, learning from people, learning from mistakes, trying new things, and spending time with inspiring people, you can build a mindset that will help you in English, work, relationships, and life itself. So, take one small step today. Ask a question, read a new article, try a new word, or observe something carefully. Every small action is a lesson, and every lesson brings you closer to becoming a lifelong learner. With patience, curiosity, and practice. You can enjoy learning every day, stay confident in the face of change, and grow stronger in every part of your life. Challenges and how to overcome them. Even when we want to be lifelong learners, challenges can appear. These challenges are normal, and everyone experiences them. One of the most common problems is not having enough time. Many people feel too busy with work, school, family, or daily life to learn something new. But the truth is, learning does not need to take hours every day. Even 5 to 10 minutes a day can make a big difference over time. The key is to use small moments wisely. For example, you can listen to a short podcast while traveling, read a short article during lunch, or practice new words for a few minutes before going to bed. Small steps every day create big results over time. Another common challenge is fear of failure. Many people are afraid to try something new because they think they might make mistakes or fail. But mistakes are a natural part of learning. Every mistake is an opportunity to understand something better and improve. For example, if you try to speak English and say a wrong word, it is not failure. It is a chance to learn the correct word. Positive thinking is important here. Instead of thinking, "I cannot do this," try thinking, "It is okay to make mistakes. I will learn from them." This mindset changes fear into motivation and keeps you moving forward. Some people believe, "I'm too old to learn," or "I have missed my chance to start something new." This is a very common but incorrect thought. Learning is possible at any age. Adults, seniors, and even children can start learning new languages, skills, or hobbies at any time. The brain can always grow and adapt, and learning keeps it healthy and active. Many people have started new careers, learned new languages, or mastered new skills later in life. The key is to stay curious, patient, and consistent. Age is never a barrier to becoming a lifelong learner. Distractions can also make learning harder. Today, there are many things that take our attention, such as phones, social media, or TV. To overcome this, it is helpful to create a simple learning routine. Even 10 to 15 minutes at the same time every day builds a strong habit. You can start small and gradually increase your learning time. Remember, consistency is more important than speed or perfection. Small daily actions are what truly matter. Another challenge is losing motivation. Sometimes we start learning enthusiastically, but slowly feel tired, bored, or unmotivated. To overcome this, it is useful to connect learning with your goals or passions. For example, if you want to travel to an English-speaking country, learning English becomes exciting and meaningful. If you want a better job, learning a new skill can help you reach that goal. Motivation grows when learning has a purpose and helps you achieve something you care about. Finally, it is important to practice positive thinking. Thinking positively means being kind to yourself, celebrating small successes, and accepting mistakes as part of the process. Tell yourself, "It is okay to make mistakes. I am learning every day, and I can improve step by step." Positive thinking reduces fear, increases confidence, and makes learning enjoyable. In short, challenges are normal, but they can be overcome with simple habits and the right mindset. Using small moments, learning from mistakes, staying consistent, finding motivation, and thinking positively are all ways to keep moving forward. Lifelong learning is not about being perfect. It is about staying curious, trying, and growing. Every small step, every small lesson brings you closer to your goals. No matter how busy, nervous, or old you feel, learning is always possible. The key is to start, keep going, and believe in yourself. Lifelong learning in daily life. Many people think that learning happens only in school, but this is not true. Learning can happen every day, in small ways, and in many different places. Lifelong learning means noticing opportunities to learn wherever we are. It is about making learning a habit, not just a task. Every day brings chances to discover something new, improve skills, or grow as a person. One simple way to learn every day is through listening. Podcasts, online videos, or audio lessons are great tools for learning while doing other things. For example, you can listen to a short English podcast while traveling, walking, or doing chores at home. This way, you learn new words, improve your listening skills, and understand new ideas. Even a few minutes every day adds up over time. Listening regularly also helps you stay curious and discover new topics you did not know before. Another way to learn is through reading. Reading does not have to be long or difficult. Short articles, blogs, news, or even a simple storybook can teach you something new. Reading every day helps you expand your vocabulary, understand new ideas, and improve your thinking. It can be in English or your own language. Even reading small amounts daily creates a habit that makes lifelong learning natural and enjoyable. Talking to new people is also a powerful way to learn. Conversations teach us about other experiences, cultures, ideas, and ways of thinking. For English learners, talking to native speakers or other learners is a practical way to practice speaking and listening. Asking questions, listening carefully, and sharing your own ideas creates learning naturally. Even a short conversation with someone new can teach you something valuable and inspire you to explore further. Writing and journaling are other excellent ways to practice learning daily. Writing about your day, your thoughts, or what you learned helps you reflect and remember new ideas. Journaling can also improve your English writing skills and help you organize your thoughts. Writing just a few sentences a day is enough to see progress over time. Reflection helps you learn from experiences, understand mistakes, and plan for improvement. Learning daily does not always need to be formal. Trying new activities, hobbies, or skills is learning too. Cooking a new recipe, learning to draw, practicing a musical instrument, or even learning a new app counts as learning. Small steps every day add up, and gradually you feel more capable and confident in life. The key is to see learning as part of your daily routine. It is not about doing something big every day. It is about taking small, consistent actions. A few minutes of reading, listening, speaking, or writing can change your life over time. By making learning a habit, you practice lifelong learning naturally and enjoyably. For English learners, daily learning is especially important. You can practice listening by watching videos, practice reading by exploring articles, practice speaking by talking to friends, and practice writing by journaling or messaging. Each small effort improves your English skills while also teaching you new ideas and concepts. Over time, these small habits create big progress in both your language ability and personal growth. In short, lifelong learning is not limited to school. It is about noticing opportunities, taking small steps, and practicing daily. Every day brings chances to learn, grow, and improve. By listening, reading, talking, writing, or trying new activities, you make learning a natural and enjoyable part of life. Small daily habits build a big future of knowledge, confidence, and adaptability. Lifelong learning is a choice, a habit, and a mindset that everyone can develop. One day, one small action, and one new idea at a time. As we come to the end of this episode, let's take a moment to remember the key points we have discussed today. We started by exploring the idea of "I am always a student." Being a student is not just about going to school or taking classes. It is about having a mindset of curiosity, growth, and openness to learning every day of your life. No matter how old you are or what you already know, you can always learn something new, and that is what makes life exciting and meaningful. We talked about the importance of lifelong learning. The world around us is always changing. Technology, jobs, culture, and daily life evolve constantly. By keeping a learning mindset, we can adapt to change, stay confident, and grow personally and professionally. Learning keeps our minds active, improves our skills, and gives us the tools to face challenges with courage and flexibility. Lifelong learning is not a task. It is a way of living, a habit that brings growth and happiness. We also discussed adaptability, which is closely connected to learning. Adaptability is the ability to adjust to new situations, challenges, and changes. When we learn new things, we become more adaptable. For example, learning to use new technology, speaking English, or trying a new hobby helps us adjust more easily to life's changes. Being adaptable allows us to face new experiences with confidence instead of fear. Every time we learn, we strengthen our ability to adapt. Another important point is how to build a lifelong learning mindset. We explored practical habits, being curious and asking questions, reading or listening to something new every day, learning from people around us, trying new things without fear, and reflecting on mistakes as lessons. Small, daily actions matter a lot. Even 5 or 10 minutes of learning every day adds up over time. By taking consistent steps, we grow our skills, knowledge, and confidence little by little every single day. We also acknowledged that challenges are normal. Many learners face problems like lack of time, fear of failure, or thinking, "I'm too old to learn." These challenges can be overcome with positive thinking, patience, and small, consistent actions. Mistakes are not failures. They are opportunities to grow. Learning is for everyone, at any age. By facing challenges with curiosity and courage, we continue moving forward and growing stronger. Most importantly, we discussed how to practice lifelong learning in daily life. Learning can happen anywhere. Listening to podcasts, watching online videos, reading, writing, talking to new people, or trying new skills. The key is to make learning a daily habit. Small steps, like reading a short article, writing a journal entry, or learning a new word, create big results over time. Lifelong learning is about noticing opportunities, staying curious, and taking action every day. So, what is the big takeaway from today? It is simple but powerful. Keep learning, be open, stay curious, and remember, you are always a student. Life is full of lessons if we are willing to notice them. Every day offers a chance to grow, to understand more, and to become a better version of yourself. Embrace curiosity, enjoy the process, and see challenges as opportunities to learn. Before we finish, I want to thank you for listening to this episode. Remember, your English learning journey is also a chance to practice lifelong learning. Try small daily actions. Listen to a podcast, read an article, write a few sentences, or speak with someone new. Every step counts. Keep practicing, stay curious, and enjoy the journey of growth. If you enjoyed this episode, keep learning every day. Remember, you are always a student, and every day is an opportunity to learn something new. Thank you for listening, and I will see you in the next episode.